Shout out to G-Man Boxing.
Alright people, swapping it up a bit. I know people used to like it when I do the odd video in the car. Well, some news broke in the last couple of hours and I don't think I can wait till this evening to talk about it. I want to give my quick 2 cents on it right now. So, Oleksandr Usyk's manager is Alex Krasov or something like that. He was basically on TalkSport, and obviously all we want to know when it comes to Oleksandr Usyk, when it comes to Tyson Fury, all we want to know is, what's the deal with this fight? When is it going to happen? How are negotiations going? Etc, etc. Well, apparently, he's claiming that Team Fury have turned down their most recent offer, which apparently is a 60-40 split. Now, the 60-40 split is not in favor of either fighter, so it's not a case of Usyk wants 60%, Tyson Fury gets 40%, or vice versa. No. What they're proposing is that they want to have 60-40 for the winner. So let's say Tyson Fury accepted it, beat Usyk, he would get 60% of the money that's being forked out. Usyk would get 40%, and of course, vice versa if it's the other way around. Now, apparently, according to Krasov, Tyson Fury has refused that offer. Now, first thing I want to say, right, about this, I don't necessarily know if a 60-40 split to the winner is the best way to negotiate. All right, I don't think that's probably not the best way to negotiate it, because, you know, you're kind of saying, well, you know, you here you go, you'll get the most money, you'll get the 60%, but you have to beat Usyk. Now, you could say, well, if Tyson Fury is as confident as he makes himself out to be, if Usyk is what Fury calls him, and his fans seem to obsess about, calling them a little middleweight, where he boxed as a middleweight as an amateur back when he was 15 years old, to say that he's a middleweight now 20 years later is laughable. And the fact that the Fury fanboys do still try and say, well, he is a middleweight, he boxed it. Yeah, fighters. So Sergey Kovalev boxed at light middleweight as an amateur. Does that mean Bernard Hopkins got beat by a light middleweight? Does that mean that one of the best light heavyweight runs of the last decade was done by a light middleweight? No, of course not. It's a stupid argument. Yeah, he boxed at that weight when he was a teenager, but to actually try and say now that he's still at that weight, or he's still a middleweight, it's laughable, it's farcical. And of course, the Fury fanboys will of course try and do it, because at this stage, they're almost like a parody of themselves at this stage with the amount of BS they come out with. So Tyson Fury apparently doesn't want to take this, according to Oleksandr Usyk. I will say, according to Team Usyk, this is the offer. Fury doesn't want to do it. Again, I'm not sure if I really like the whole, you know, you get this if you win, and if you don't win the other fight you get it. I don't know if that's the best way to negotiate. But I guess you could also ask the question, what else really can they do? You know, you go back to August 2022. This was just after Usyk beat Joshua. Was it Tom? Oh no, it might have been Mark Kriegel or someone like that from Top Rank ESPN was saying that, look at do it in Saudi Arabia, all happy, looks like it's going to be 50-50. That was in August. Obviously Usyk actually said that, look, I'm not ready for December. Okay, Fury straight away, well, he chickened out, he doesn't want to fight me in December. It's like, well, no, he's just finished a fight and straight back into another one, so he's taking some time. Fair enough. Fury has to fight with Oleksandr Usyk, or with Derek Chisora, and now we're into real negotiations, because now there's nothing stopping either guy from having it. And no matter how much Usyk is mentioning Fury, it just seems like Fury's talking, or Team Fury at least, are talking about Ngannou. You know, there's kind of little hints of Deontay Wilder, there's Anthony Joshua's name being brought out there, but everything but Usyk. And some people could say, well, gee, Team Usyk are making this offer of 60-40, okay? And they're saying for the winner. If Usyk is, you know, I said earlier on, this little middleweight, Tyson Fury should beat him, no problem. Surely then he should just say, Grant, I'll have that, I'll take the extra 20% because it's a guarantee I'm going to win. So if he's not, does that imply that he sees Usyk as a big risk? And of course he does. You know, you have to be stupid not to see Usyk as a big risk. You'd have to be. He's a tremendous fighter. I still think Fury will beat him, but you'd have to think of it as a big risk. You'd have to. So at this point now, I really don't know. It seems like Team Usyk, if this is their last ditch attempt to try and get this fight over the line, and if it's not happened, I really don't know what to do. I really don't know what to say. it could be a case of, if they really do want this fight, they would have to offer Tyson Fury the lion's share, depending on what that is. I can understand where they're coming from. You know, obviously we're not privy to the negotiations that are going on. If 60-40 is the offer that they're looking to give to Team Usyk, it might just be worth just taking it on the chin and just taking it if you really want to get undisputed. If it's 55-45 in Tyson Fury's favour, again, I'd be saying you may as well just take that, because you may as well just take that at this point. But obviously if you're talking about like 70-30 or something like that, well, then you can kind of understand why Team Usyk wouldn't take it. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. I'll talk about this more on midweek report, but from the outside looking in, it doesn't look good. From the outside looking in, I'm not holding my breath that we're going to get to see this fight. Certainly not in the month of April. That just seems ambitious, to say the least, and I don't think it will happen. It's certainly not in the month of April. I hope it does happen. I hope these negotiations can be ironed out and that they can come to some sort of compromise. Surely there has to be a compromise there on both ends that would make both guys happy, that would make them both sign on. Surely that has to be last ditch resort. Surely there has to be some kind of compromise. Now maybe this was Team Usyk's compromise, in a sense of saying, okay, you want 60-40? Okay, we'll agree to it on the condition that the winner gets 60-40. So technically speaking, Usyk, if they fight and he wins, he gets the higher split. But I guess, you know, maybe Tyson Fury, maybe it's not even the fact that he fears Usyk. He doesn't fear him, but you know what I mean? The fact that he knows it's a difficult fight and stuff like that. Maybe it's the fact that he just wants to be the guy making the bigger purse, regardless whether he wins or loses. You know, and even if even if Usyk scraped a decision or something, he'd feel hard done by, because, well, I'm the bigger name and you've got more than me. That's not fair. So, could be something like that. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Obviously, setting is not ideal for this. No mic or anything, so using the headphones, not ideal. I know people sometimes, like, this is shine, like you can see the sun coming. That's why I don't like doing it here. But if anyone wants to, you know, some people like seeing the cars, so if anyone wants to let me know in the comments section if you want me to keep doing it, I might do it the odd day if news breaks, who knows. But that's my thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Back to basics later on this evening from Midweek Report. We'll talk more about that there, Conor Ben, etc., other stuff as well. So I'll chat to you then. For now, lads and lassies, smash the like button. Shout out to the Hit Company as always for sponsoring this video. I'll talk to you for now, people.